Hello, writing pals and my reading pals. It's me, ya girl Xanna, and today we are delving further into the problem that I have of buying more books. So today's video is a book haul. I've gotten some books recently that I would like to share with you, and I'm also going to be unboxing my Book of the Month box. Quick note, I am not sponsored by Book of the Month. I get books through either my own money or credits that I receive through people signing up through my referral link. That's what happens when you use someone's referral link for the Book of the Month, is that they get a credit for a book. Jumping right into the haul, the first book I have on my stack is Little Birds, a collection of short stories by Hannah Lee Kidder. I have already read this. It is a really, really nice collection of just some short stories. I believe that the blurb is that they go through things in the human experience. Could be wrong. I really liked Little Birds. I really like prosy things like this. It is right up my alley. And I've been not so subtly hinting that I may or may not be working on a short collection myself. So getting an actual short collection book was something I really wanted to do in this process, and I'm really happy I did. I really liked Little Birds. This is Hannah Lee Kidder's first collection. She has another one out called Starlight. Haven't picked that one up, probably will at some point. I think it's supposed to be a little bit spoopier though, and I'm not usually one that does just spoopy things. But yeah, Little Birds, that's the first book I picked up. The second book I have hauled is Perilous Star by Alissa Markins. I was a street team member for this book. I got an advanced reader's copy, and I also purchased a copy for myself. I gave away a copy as well. I really liked this book. We follow Kaylee as she discovers that not only can she control fire, but that she is going to become the next Leo in the Western Zodiac. But that darkness lurks around every corner, and that enemies may be closer than friends. Quick little blurb about the book. I really liked Perilous Star. I think it's a very nice, fun book. It is Alissa Markins' debut novel. Also, my books were kind of stacked by color theme, so I've got the two purpley books right here. I think they look really pretty together. But yeah, Perilous Star was the next book that I hauled, and have also read to its entirety. The next book is the book I am actually currently reading, and that is An Enchantment of Ravens by, I think it's, Margaret Rogerson. This is Margaret Rogerson's first book. I have her second book, Sorcery of Thorns, up here, and I was going to read that one first, but then I figured if I was interested in her debut book that I should probably get that one and read it first. I don't know why I, kind of felt the need to read her first book first and then later books. I think it's, maybe something to do with, like writing style development and things like that. Also, this one sounds really good. So we follow Isabel. I have a feeling Isabel is not her real name because this book deals with Faye, and Isabel is a portrait artist, and she is commissioned by the Autumn Prince to paint a portrait. However, when she paints a human emotion, sorrow in his eyes, he takes her to court, things happen. I think this is going to be an enemies to lovers, and I think this is maybe going to be an enemies to lovers that I actually like, or a strong dislike to lovers. I was really excited, when I went into the Cruel Prince for the enemies to lovers, and I was very disappointed in that book, honestly. I have The Wicked King. I need to read it. I haven't read it yet. I think because I was so disappointed with the first book, but this one so far, An Enchantment of Ravens, is going very strong. I'm really liking it. Anything that really has to do with Fae, or the Fae folk, or the fairy folk, I am all about, I love Fae. I love all the intricacies and the things that you can do with them, the different bits of folklore that you can pull from them, from different countries, and how they work, because every country has its own fairy tale system along with its own mythology system. Some, there's an uneven balance. Maybe mythology is higher than fairy tales, or maybe fairy tales are higher than myths. I could make an entire video talking about the differences between myths and fairy tales and legends, and actually, if you want a video like that, let me know in a comment down below. I'm an English major. I love all things literature, and I love talking about literature and all the things I know about it a lot, because I find it very interesting. Anywho, And Enchantment of Ravens is the next book that I got. Look how pretty this cover is. Yeah, like I said, Fae folk. I think there's enemies to lovers. And I'm excited to actually be reading through it. Oh, I make my own bookmarks. I made like this, I dropped it. Kind of like a book corner holder, and I decorated it with some washi tape. It's like okay. Like, slip it onto the corner, like I've described. And it does okay. I mean, it definitely holds the book place. Not that far in. The next book I got is at the recommendation of Weeping Willow Reviews over on Instagram. I love her. We are buddies. And that book is The Memory Thief. And my understanding of this book is that memories can be harvested and sold. So the rich can just acquire the memories of how to do things like play an instrument or play a sport or how to paint or do things like that. And they can just pay to have these experiences built in. Whereas the poor are basically memoryless and selling their memories. It's always a risk to play with memories when you can't help but sink into a sea of others' wishes, hopes, and dreams. But if losing myself means saving my mother, isn't it worth it? So it sounds like this book is going to be going through a lot about, I can't speak this early in the morning. Why do I keep filming early? It sounds like this book is going to be going a lot into family and what one is willing to do for their family. It's also just beautiful. Like, look at this. Look at this cover. Like, it's so pretty. I think the naked book is probably just fine. Yeah, the naked book is just a simple naked hardback. Beautiful cover. It is embossed. It's so pretty. And like I said, the topic of memories and selling one's memories and experiences is really interesting. And, you know, this talk about family, I don't feel like I myself come across a lot of books that are more rooted in family and things like that, where it isn't explicitly said that it's going to be a romance. I don't know if this has a romance in it or not. Also, I like the front tag, which the past is a maze, she is the key. I don't know, it just sounds really interesting. And when she recommends a book, I usually like it. She usually likes the books I recommend. We have very similar reading tastes. And it's a really fun relationship. Like, hey, like, what are you reading right now? Oh, you're reading this, I'm reading this. Like, let's switch. Like, let's trade at some point. Or I'm gonna get that book. I bought this book because she recommended it. She's really good at recommending books. And finally, my book of the month box. So I don't get a book of the month box every month because I'm not interested in the books they have every month. I'm gonna be honest. And that's perfectly fine. I don't have to be interested in every book that they have. I tend to be a fantasy reader. Not that fantasy is superior or anything like that. It just tends to be what I lean towards when I read. I like having a nice bit of escapism, a lack of realism, lots of romance. I'm a sucker for romance. So this month, I haven't opened it up yet. I know what book I got, but let's see if I can get this open and show you what book I got. My scissors are over there. I have a bobby pin right here, I guess. So I'll do this. Let's see. How you guys doing? Spring is sprung. What other things can I it's crazy how green it gets overnight, you know. I was just driving the other week, and it was dead outside, and everything was dead, and then I feel like I woke up the next morning, and there was just green everywhere, and that always makes me really happy. The influx of green makes me so happy. So every month you get kind of like a bookmark. This one says, I'm a freak between the sheets. Interesting. Ariadne by Jennifer Saint, and this is a novel. The back says Sister, Lover, Traitor, Hero. So this book is based on the myth of the Minotaur. I believe it is the myth of the Minotaur. So we follow Princess Ariadne as she lives her beautiful, wonderful life above ground, knowing that under her feet is her brother, the Minotaur, stuck in his widow wabwinth. And he's demanding blood sacrifices, as you do when you're stuck in a labyrinth. I'm sure that if I was trapped in a labyrinth because I was a freak, that I'd probably demand blood sacrifices just to run with it. Yeah, just sacrifice people to me, if you're gonna keep me locked up, may as well. may as well torture other people for it. But yeah, I am always impressed with the quality of Book of the Month books. The dust jackets are always really nice. Again, something I wish is that maybe for some embossing or other texture. I think all of them have the exact same texture. Yeah, the other Book of the Month books I have Magic Lessons back here by Alice Hoffman and The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. Those are the other books I've gotten. This one will be added. This is my Book of the Month and Poisons shelf. Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder is my favorite book, and the Study series is my favorite series. Oh, that was the other book I need to show you guys in a minute. Thanks for reminding me, Soph. I'm always impressed with their quality. Again, their selection of books tends not to vary from month to month. They seem to be very similar. You've got your contemporary, you've got your historical, you've got your nonfiction, you've got your rom-com, and usually a thriller. Whenever they have a fantasy book, I am really happy. I know that they make some fantasy-specific boxes out there, like I think Fairy Crate is one, or oh my goodness, there is a cat in my backyard. Hello, baby. Oh, I need to finish filming quickly so that I can go love it. Oh, hello. This book, really good. What was I gonna say? I got so distracted by the cat. I love cats, everyone. So, sticking with the theme of what I was talking about earlier, a book on a myth. I am very excited about it. It sounds like it's gonna be really good. It sounds like it's gonna be like, oh, do I stick on the side of my murder hobo brother, or do I decide to be selfish and fall in love, you know? I'm intrigued about what's gonna happen here. And then I did actually haul this book. I forgot about it because it is not new to me, however this version of the cover is. This is Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder. This is my favorite book in the world, and this is my favorite version of the cover art. This is the first edition cover art. This is a new version of it. I remember the original having a matte cover when it was done by Mira Star back in the day. My cousin had this book, and I borrowed it and read it, and then I have all the other books. They are the ones right there, the 5. The first one I've loaned out to another cousin. Yes, I have 2 copies of this book. This is my Poison shelf. Maybe I'll do a bookshelf tour someday, but I really wanted to have a version of this book that was my favorite cover art, so I got it. I got it. And in this book, you follow Yelena as she is living in the territory of Ixia. She grew up in an orphanage, and she was abused there, so this book does go into themes such as physical abuse and sexual assault, so be wary about that when you buy the book. It isn't graphic or anything like that, but it is made mention. In the entire book, Yelena is training to become the next poison taster because, before you're executed, if the position's open, the position has to be offered to someone whose life is already at forfeit. Yelena's the one up on the chopping block. Not the chopping block, I think they just hang them in this book. But yeah, so she is not a fool. She takes up the job, and she is whisked away into this world, and she's learning secrets and everything like that, and it's great, and I love it, and I don't know if I sold it very well, but hopefully I did, because this is my favorite book, and if you want to read it, you definitely should. I'm saying that you should read this book. It's really good. Weeping Willow Reviews will also recommend it. Hey, look, that's 2 beautiful people recommending you a beautiful book. That means that you should probably buy it. Anyways, this is my book haul. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books too many. I've got this shelf. I actually have another shelf over here. I don't even think you guys have seen it on YouTube. Again, so I guess comment down below if you've read any of these books, if you want to read any of these books, if you want me to make a video talking about the difference between fairy tales, folklore, legends, and myths, and if you would like a bookshelf tour. Anywho, my name is Xanna. I try to upload videos once a week here on the YouTubes about fun bookish and writing related content. You can also follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I am also on TikTok at Witch Doctor Xanna. Don't really do much on TikTok other than watch other people's videos, but hey, maybe I'll do something someday. Anywho, subscribe, ring the bell. Again, I upload about once a week. I'm trying my best at this YouTube thing. I've been at it for over a year. Anywho, I'll see you next time. Bye!